Hey everybody, I just want to talk about my journey with Sharon into ministry. For those who have just met us recently, or maybe you've met us through Unique Creative, I just thought it would be really good to be able to just share a little bit of a journey and background about ourselves. So in 2019, we entered the call to ministry, which had become obvious to the pastors and leaders over our lives. We were going to a church called Miracle Point at the time. So I was once on radio every week from 2018 onwards. 2018, 2019, we were helping two church plants, assisting the pastors of both. I was also preaching on radio, doing communion rosters on a regular basis, and Sharon and I were on nearly every roster every day. In 2019, we felt the call of God to step out, so we launched into home church ministry, and we started off very small. We also co-joined with Sons of Rise, a church in Baldives at the time, and I was part of the ministry team. And Authentic Voices, the home church, was part of this, and we came under their banner. I preached there, ministered to people, helped people, prayed for people, and was also part of the ministry team with Mark Barham. Hey Mark, if you're watching this ever, Mark Barham, good mate, and Mark Edwards. In 2020, we launched Authentic Voices. We formed a board, we formed a leadership team. We also registered this as a not-for-profit charity with Australian Charity Not-for-Profit Commission, which meant we could legally take tithes or donations or offerings, and we used this money to, of course, run the church and help missionaries and ministries in any way that we could financially. I was the pastor of a home church that was also online because this is COVID times. So in New Zealand, South Africa, America, and of course Australia, in the eastern states, people were part of this, and I had some people even in America ask if I could be their pastor because they couldn't physically go to a home church. So I was a pastor of people online for quite some time. Now, in 2020, we ended up doing a lot of podcast episodes, interviewing people from America, South Africa, New Zealand. I even had a PA for some time. I was helping people get their own podcast going. In 2022, we engaged with Refinery Life Church. The senior pastors came on board as board members, and we continue to meet as home church and online. So I've done home church, meeting in home church, ministering in home church and online since 2019. In 2022, I met Daryl Mullaney, who heard all about Authentic Voices, and later he encouraged me to apply for ordination, and he endorsed this. So ordination, folks, is not a permission to do ministry, or if you don't have it, you can't do ministry. It's actually, in fact, an acknowledgement and recognition from men in ministry who are ordained themselves, acknowledging that you are called by God. And of course, this gave me the license to be able to do marriages and weddings, which is a fulfillment of a dream for me. Haven't done a wedding yet, but it'll come. So at the end of 2022, as I said, I was asked to submit an ordination. So Sharon and I, we have helped couples. We've helped many ladies with varying degrees of issues, traumas, things that they've been through in the past. Helped couples, as I said, ministered to people, been preaching and teaching the gospel for 6 years, done a lot of podcasts, done a lot of teaching, done series on things like identity, also spoken a lot about intimacy, your relationship with God, taught a lot about spiritual warfare and how to overcome things. In 2023, while that sounds silly, I heard the clear voice of God tell me to start a church, and this was to be called Sevenfold. Now, Sevenfold was and still is part of Authentic Voices. Authentic Voices is the media ministry, and we use the technology of media and online for Sevenfold as a church, but this is a home church in every way possible. And after pouring our all into this church and trying to get it off the ground also in a hall, which was meant to be just as an extension of home church, we ended up burning out because no one came on board, no one helped us out, no one helped us do setups or pack-ups. So in the end, we stepped down and took a break. At that point in time, I wasn't really sure if I would ever come back. Now, we joined Unique Creative because we wanted to be, initially I was just invited to preach and teach on prayer. And we ended up joining Unique Creative to help, to support. We helped David and Arlene. I helped them in any way that I could, as a pastor. I also taught and preached on Wednesday nights. Been to their testimony nights. I've supported in other ways as well. So we've been part of Unique Creative since July last year. Still are part of Unique Creative. Still intending to do the Chris's Corner on Sunday night, and still intending to keep doing Wednesday nights. But we are a home church in every way, that normally a church would be. We believe that Sevenfold Church is about the fullness of God and about how anybody, anywhere, that feels called by God to be like a leader and a pastor, their home can be a home church. And it's something that I'd like to see, more churches being home churches. So this is a home-based church which broadcasts online. Authentic Voices is the media ministry that I'm going to use for podcasts, first of all for Men on the Couch mainly, and also to help other creatives broadcast online one day. Now, my church TV is something that I'm working with with High Curran for a company name, Connect Media Networks. I hope I got that right, Kieran. But essentially, this is designed to help churches broadcast into Roku TV, Fire TV, Amazon TV. At the moment, we've got up to 20 nations tuning in. So we're actually making this available to churches for a small fee once a month as a subscription model. And I've spoken to Pastor Daryl Maloney, who's going to trial this for us at Sound City Church. So we are part of Sound City, but we are growing our home church from scratch. We are beginning to grow our home church from scratch. And so like any church, I want to pastor people. I want to support people. I want people who want to come to us and see us as their home church. Any visitors are welcome, of course, but I eventually want people to call us their home church and me their pastor, just like any other pastor. I wanted to share this to anyone who recently has met me, either through Unique Creative or through Facebook or for other people. Our background, our mind, we are pastors. We want to grow a church. We want to grow an online ministry. We want to grow a media ministry. And this is what we believe God calls us to do, has called us to do. God bless you. See you next time. Bye.